What's up everybody, Omid, Succeed with Omid here. I want to cover today neutral spine and a whole bunch of different spinal stuff that happens to people if you have herniated discs, blown discs, disc compression, all this type of stuff. Inversion tables are really popular these days, and I just want to cover why actually compression might be a really good thing for you if you have spine problems. I'm even going to cover this in a push-up, but I first want to cover neutral spine in general, what the heck that is, why it's so important. Here I have a bunch of blocks. Okay, now let's just pretend that this is the spine. I know the spine normally curves, but let's just pretend this is a neutral, straight spine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hands right next to this set of blocks. I'm going to compress them. I'm going to press them from both sides, and now I can move. They're not glued together. Now I can take them out if I needed to. No trickery. But what happens is when I really compress these guys together in even pressure, I'm trying to keep my hands as parallel as I can. Pretend this hand is the shoulders and this hand is the hips. Compressed spine. I can do all sorts of fun stuff if both move evenly. Okay? Now, a herniated disc comes out. Watch what happens when I try and compress. You'll probably know immediately the whole spine collapses. And this is where people will start to feel really weak. A lot of people do not like this. They start to get back pain anytime they try and twist or any of that type of stuff, with good reason. So what we have to do with that herniated disc, you go to the chiropractor, physical therapist, halfway decent personal trainer will know what to do about this type of stuff. But let's talk about twisting. If I start to twist, you'll notice I can get a bunch of twists going on inside of here. I really can. What ends up happening with this twisting motion is as long as I have this compression, I'm okay. If I try and twist without this compression, the whole thing falls apart. And a lot of people try and do that too. Okay? Last thing I want to cover with this is that it doesn't really matter if the spine is exactly straight or not. You'll notice that this isn't as long as a normal spine. A spine has a whole bunch of vertebrae, and I've only got 10 blocks here. And what's going to happen if I get my core involved? The core wraps around this stuff. I can lift it up, I can move it around, I can get a whole bunch of jogging stuff going on, lots of twists, everything. This is what the core really does, is it wraps around the most important part of our body, our nervous system and the spinal cord, and it helps protect it. Compression is actually critical for this. What happens with inversion tables is what we're trying to do is we're trying to separate out every single one of these guys. If you have a herniated disc or if you have any type of lordotic curve or anything like that, that compression or inversion table starts to come out and help separate this. But it's super critical that after we do that and get everything back in line, then we re-add the compression that we need, so that we can start to re-engage the core in a good alignment and start getting a lot of this movement. Now, hopefully it makes a little bit more sense about why I always say when we do movement with the spine involved, we want to resist the rotations, we want to resist the flexions, extensions, all that type of stuff. Really slow, controlled motions to strengthen the actual core. The core holds the spine in that neutral position, and we really want to get our shoulders and our hips not in this position, but in that compressed position, so we can hold ourselves in a good solid carry position to not hurt ourselves during exercise. Okay, super important to know this. If you're currently having back problems, any disc problems, any posture problems, you might want to check with a physical therapist or a chiropractor or a really experienced personal trainer that knows how to deal with that type of stuff first before you start getting into super compression type exercises like I'm about to talk about. Okay, just one word of warning. But I want to cover the push-up today just because it's one of my favorite exercises to do, and it's a really cool opportunity to test out this compression from both sides. So if you have no problems with push-ups, do them the way you've always been doing them, that's just fine. This is for people that really want to work on their core, want to work on spinal stability, core compression. This will also throw the abs, a lot of chest into the play, all right? Get near a wall. I've got my box today, so I'm just going to use that. Toes against the box and the heels against the wall. I'm really going to try and push backwards as I press against the ground. Abs tight. And push. Now, hopefully I'm doing a decent job of this, and you can kind of see my hips are in a flat line and parallel with my arms and shoulders. And the whole time I'm doing this, I'm pressing backwards, heels into the box. I come down, and I push up. Now, don't load this. I know some people put plates and stuff on their back with this. All I'm looking for is not doing this and not getting the butt up. Because just like those blocks, if I push together like that and my spine's in a bad position, it's just going to pop out. Boom. Or boom. Okay. Otherwise, rock and roll. To make this harder, you can take the arms out. And now I'm holding a bridged position as I do this push-up. To make it even harder, the forefoot off. Now I've got the side-to-side compression, and the whole time my abs are wrapped around my spine trying to hold it in one good spot, alright? Start slow. If you need to put a platform or something under here to limit the range of motion, or heck, just hold that position. One favorite exercise? Pick the feet up. It all starts with the spine. If the spine is not in a good position, the rest of your body's not going to grow, and you'll risk injury, lots of pain, limited strength, limited mobility, all that type of stuff, alright? I hope this video is very useful to you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Any requests for more videos, I'll do them all. Alright? As always, have a whole lot of fun with this. I'll talk to you guys later.